You hold it together for everyone else, and on the outside, your life looks amazing. But on the inside, there's always this tension. There's always this pit in your stomach. There's always a racing mind and a constant pressure. This isn't just anxiety, this is a hidden trauma response. And until you address it at the body level, it won't go away. I'm Danielle Rubio, and I help high-functioning women who look really successful on the outside, but who feel trapped on the inside, to start to reclaim this unshakable ease with life so that their outside success and their internal success start to match. So let's cover some groundwork first, because I want you to really understand what I'm saying here about anxiety. And so the first thing that I think will be best for you to know is, what is anxiety? So anxiety has been very misunderstood. It's been very misidentified in traditional medicine as well as in alternative therapeutics. So what is anxiety? It is essentially your fight or flight response being stuck in the on position. And this is rooted in past patterns that you've been playing out. So as far as your nervous system being stuck in this always on fight, flight, always on alarmed state, this has likely been going on for many, many years. It's important for you to understand that anxiety is of the body, and anxiety is like the messenger letting you know that the nervous system is alarmed and your nervous system is sensing some sort of danger. So it's highly likely that you've experienced either a lot of little cuts in your life, or you've experienced some big major cuts, or AKA trauma, that have made your nervous system stuck, made you essentially stuck in always on. And this is why your anxiety is constant. And we can get really good at numbing this out or pushing the sensations of anxiety down, and we can just kind of continue pushing through in everyday life. And that's usually where women are at when they then find their way at my door. They have been in this constant MO of this high functioning anxiety, but just underneath the surface, they're completely frazzled. And there's only a matter of time before everything's going to explode. So first and foremost, we want to understand that anxiety is physiological. This is why mindset alone is not going to fix it. You cannot outthink a nervous system response. And this is why a lot of times traditional psychologies, talk therapy are not going deep enough to where we need to go to reset the nervous system so that these alarm bells are not going off all the time. The biggest thing I instill in my clients, and I want to instill for you as well, is that anxiety is not a mental disorder. Let me repeat, anxiety is not a mental disorder. It's not a chemical reaction. I'll say it again, it's a physiological response to being activated, to being in fight or flight. So understanding what anxiety is gives you a massive leg up in being able to break free. This is why somatic work is so valuable, because it works at the root cause. So somatic essentially means body. So it's body-based therapeutics. And because anxiety is of the body, we want to use body-based therapeutics to bring ourselves to this place of always on ease. So our mode of operation becomes chill, cool, calm, and collected, and not frazzled and all over the place as the MO. When we work with the body, we feel our way to freedom. We can find the smoke alarms that keep going off, essentially these old wounds that we're storing in the body as survival stress, and we can turn the alarm off. In order to do that, we have to deeply listen to the body and understand how those wounds are stuck. We have to deeply understand the body to understand how to thaw out the scar tissue of those survival patterns that we have been wired with for most people since childhood. The beautiful thing, though, is that once you start to work with anxiety for what it truly is, and you can work with anxiety at the root, then you create a life where you are the captain, where you're the captain of the ship. And you're not in this autopilot of constantly getting swept in an undercurrent of stress. We aren't band-aiding symptoms anymore. We're not numbing symptoms. We're not putting out the fire and the fire and the fire and the fire. We're actually going to, why does a smoke alarm keep going off in the first place? We are actually healing those traumas that are keeping us in that survival response of the nervous system. And that's what my Soma Lumos method is all about. So if you thought to yourself at the beginning of this video or at any part of the video, oh my God, that sounds like me. I'm constantly feeling this undertone of a racing heart. I'm constantly having trouble sleeping at night because my racing mind just won't turn off. I'm always overwhelmed. I'm constantly frazzled. It's like I'm constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, always in this hamster wheel of worry, even though I've accomplished a lot, even though on the surface everything looks great. Underneath, I'm suffering, and I'm somehow miraculously managing to keep 10 plates spinning in the air all the time, but I'm not focusing well. I'm not sleeping well. I feel incredibly disconnected, and I know something needs to change. If any of that is going through your mind, then I'd love to support you with your next step. Click the link below to book a free call with me, and let's explore how somatic healing could help you finally exhale.